Hello and welcome to the Real Talk and Banter podcast, the movie podcast where we discuss and review films that are at least a decade old. I'm Omari Williams.
And I'm Jay Richardson.
And today we are discussing The Devil Wears Prada, the 2006 comedy film, which has a sequel coming out 20 years later. So, for those of you that are all about Devil Wears Prada, we have a little companion here podcast for you to help you refresh for the movie.
Is that what we're doing? We're refreshing them?
Yeah, that's how we're going to spin it. Of course, we're not capitalizing off of new releases to try and make us relevant. Why would we do something like that?
Yeah.
No.
But if we did do that, that'd be pretty smart. But
pretty smart.
That,
Pretty smart.
Yeah, pretty smart.
Yeah.
All right, folks. This is my pick, so I'll take it over from here. Thank you, Omari.
I don't know. I was getting hyped for you.
You were, and I appreciated that. All right, folks. You're wearing a sweater that was selected for you by the people in this room from a pile of stuff. That line right there, probably one of the coldest openings to a character breakdown. She got read for filth right there. But it immediately tells you everything you need to know about this world. This is a place where you think you're making your own choices, but really everything kind of has already been decided for you. Isn't that kind of how life is? You're like, I'm definitely going to do this, and I'm the one who only thought about it, and then you realize like 30 other people thought about it like the same time as you. You're like, I'm not an individual at all. It's sad. Anyway, this movie is directed by David Frankel. Yeah.
Yep,
It's a supercharged cast. You have Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt, fine ass, and Stanley Tucci doing his thing. I mean, shit. I would be shocked if this movie did not do well just based off that cast alone.
Talking about talent, like these four actors there, just talent.
Yeah, for sure. Movie had a budget of around $35 million. Not bad when you consider the strength of the cast. But actually, you can't think about it. It's mainly shot in this one spot, so I guess that makes sense. They had $1 million costume budget, which was like one of the highest quoted costume budgets at the time, for $1 million. I mean, they were wearing, couture and Chanel and Hermes Jefferson and, all of those things.
What was that? What are you doing? You're going to expose us as not being fashionistas.
Listen. Yeah, fashionistas. Yeah, we could do every ending in the Spanish world. But yeah, in case you haven't noticed, we are probably on the Andy-esque level of understanding of fashion and all that stuff. So this is a nice introduction into that world. So this movie is toxic, a little crazy.
Oh my God. Yo, one of my notes is this movie is toxic. I literally have that.
Oh, okay. I'm glad we are thinking the same thing now that we're older.
Said that. Yep, I found it. I have this movie is toxic. And man, I do have like commentary about Andy's friends later on too,
bro, shitty friends.
Fuck her friends.
Friends.
Oh my
absolutely God. Shitty friends. Like, come
except
on,
for tall guy. I don't know his name.
Oh yeah, the one dude who was like was kind of.
He was the only one gassing her. Yeah, the other ones were just her boyfriend was
shitty
the worst.
Friends, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I didn't pick up on in the first watch. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. This is normal. But now I'm like, no, bro, you're shitty. But okay, whatever.
It was probably right around then when they had that falling out. When I said, okay, this is a toxic ass movie. This is crazy.
Yeah. All right, so this is not just nostalgia. As Omari said, you got Devil Wears Prada 2 coming out here shortly. I'll be first in line to watch it. It looks like most of the main cast, if not all of them, are back in it.
I mean, the four people that matter are there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if the friend group comes back or not. They kind of, the ending was kind of like, are
No
they gonna
way
stay
in
together? Are
hell
they
she's
not?
friends with those people still. No way in hell.
She might.
Absolutely not.
She might. You got Lily and Nate and tall dude who gassed her up. I don't know his name, but yeah, that guy. But we really want to break down what works, what doesn't, and why this movie still gets talked about the way it does. So let's get into it. First impressions. Let's talk about Andy because I really have a real issue right out the gate.
Ooh.
What bothered me with Andy when she first gets in there is she came with like no preparation whatsoever, and I was trying to understand how that even happened. I didn't know if this was like a job services where they just kind of randomly send you.
Sure.
Is that what was happening, or like how did she not know?
She didn't even know the boss's name.
Right, she didn't. She's like, "Who's Miranda?" And I was like, "How the fuck do you not know the person you're gonna be like the direct?"
Who's obviously a fashion icon too, right?
Yeah,
so...
yeah. You should at least like know her name. Like I know Donatella. Like, I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, I'm like following along," but I like if you said the name, I'd be like, "Oh, I know who that is." At least she's been in the game for a minute, so it's like okay, but like
she was clueless.
She was absolutely clueless, and I just thought that was kind of weird, considering her character and who she like showed up to be in the beginning. It's like you'd think you'd do some prep work, and that just kind of bothered me. I don't know. Like at a minimum, I'm googling, I'm watching some interviews, at least like on the way. I don't know if they had cell phones. Yeah, she did have a cell phone. I mean, this shitty ass BlackBerry looking thing, but
it was a BlackBerry, yeah.
Some shitty ass BlackBerry thing, but yeah, a little Google, a little something, or talk to the one friend. Her one friend was in art. The other friend obviously liked fashion, so you could definitely have some conversations like, "Hey, I have an interview coming up with blah blah blah. Who's this person?" And, I like it was just weird. So based on that fact, Omar, do you think that Andy deserved this job based on how she showed up, or you think Miranda just kind of saw her and was like, "I want to take a chance out of boredom"?
No, of course she didn't deserve the job. I mean, she was highly credentialed and qualified to do a journalism job, if that's what she was. That's not even what she went in to do. She set up to be someone's assistant.
She's assistant.
So when we say qualified, though, like, how much qualifications do you need to be an assistant, right?
Words per minute? I don't know.
I mean, having some type of knowledge about the industry your assistant would be useful. But I did like that they addressed it later where Miranda was like, she decided to intentionally go outside of the mold because she's had so many failures as an assistant, thinking that, well, this intelligent, highly credentialed person, let's see how that goes. So they acknowledge it as it was an experiment that Miranda was doing. So I'm okay with it. But yeah, surface level, yeah, she's not. I cannot imagine being that unprepared for. Was it an interview, or did she have the job when she got there?
Yeah, so I also have that note. I believe that, Emily was planning to do kind of like a pre-interview thing, and then if she didn't pass her sniff test, then she'd just send her away. And if she did, she'd send her forward to Meryl Streep, or I'm sorry, Miranda's character. But Miranda showed up early, it sounds like, and so before she could kind of shoo her away, Miranda already saw her and told her to send her in because Emily can't pick a good assistant apparently. So I think that's what happened there. But I don't even know how she got through the door. Like, Emily should have said, like, "Get out of here." Like, as soon as she saw her, like, "Why are you in here? Like, get out." But
my girl didn't even comb her fucking hair, man.
Like, bro, I have a fucking note. I was like, why is her hair uncombed? Like, I get it. You're not into fashion. Okay, cool. I was tracking that. Why is your hair legitimately uncombed for an interview?
Being into fashion is not synonymous with being unkempt. So, yeah, I guess that was them actively trying to, like, make her look frumpy, I guess. But it's Anne Hathaway, so... Nice try, guys. I do find it interesting that you started off with her because I think there's an argument that... So, just to be clear, no one did a bad job acting-wise in this movie. But I think there's an argument that she did the lesser job of the four leads or four main characters What do you think
a
about that?
lesser job in which like
As far as like if you had to rank the quality, like the performances of the four main characters, there's an argument that she would come in fourth. I can make that.
Oh yeah, she didn't do any legwork. It all was picked up around everybody else. Like everybody else dragged her along, and then she was like,
they said yes, I agree. I mean, I think this is an early gig for Anne Hathaway, right? Again, people. She did a really good job. No one's saying she did bad, right? But when you compare it, well, let's not even compare her to Meryl Streep, but even with Emily Blunt and Stanley Tucci, because they kind of set this environment for her, and she just had to like operate within it and not fuck it up.
Yeah,
and I think she had an easier job than the other three characters.
Yeah. Yes, 100%. Emily Blunt and Stanley Tucci absolutely set a great stage for her, and she just had to not fuck it up. Like, I kind of have notes around that, but I didn't necessarily form it that way. But now that she said it, it's like, yes, exactly. She was just kind of dragged along, and a lot of her dialogue really said that too. She's like, "Oh, I had no choice." Like, okay, you had choices here.
That kind of did get annoying, because it's like, dude, like everything you do in life, you have a choice. Now, do you like the options you're given? Probably not, but you do have a choice. So I think that was the worst part about her character, was just that like, I'm a victim of circumstance type of deal. And she kind of played into that a little too much. Although
100%.
I still don't justify the way her friends treated her later.
No.
Yeah, but she could have taken a little more ownership in her agency, in everything that was happening.
For sure. All right, so we have to talk about the beginning scene, not just Andy and her introduction, but you immediately get introduced to the character of Miranda, which is played by Meryl Streep. Stanley, I think Emily Blunt, whose character's name is Emily.
Yeah. Thank you.
She gets a text message, or beeper, what the fuck they got at that point, in which they said, she's on the way or whatever, and immediately the entire department, entire floor of people is in disarray of, oh shit, the dragon lady's on her way. Stanley Tucci screams out, everyone guard your loins. And then it's just a slow walk of watching Meryl Streep walk onto the scene, walk onto the set, walk onto the floor, and everyone literally part ways like she's freaking Moses. Like, it's crazy, but absolutely iconic. She is just drawing in from everybody. Like, there's a scene where I assume this person is some kind of supermodel-esque person. I don't know who they are, but I assume they're kind of supermodel-esque, and she was almost about to get onto the elevator, but Meryl Streep went on an elevator first. She's like, oh, sorry, and she jumps off the elevator.
First. She was already on the elevator, so she left once Miranda walked on.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Yep. She's like, oh, sorry. And she she was tall and blonde and whatever. So you assume she's probably some kind of known model or something.
It's probably one
in
of
that
the many
world.
cameos. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. The only one I recognized was Giselle Bundchen because she's hot. But
dude, Heidi Klum was in here and I didn't even notice. I noticed that after I read that she was in there, but I didn't even notice.
100%, I did not recognize Heidi Klum in there.
She was in there somewhere. She could have been who we're talking about right now. I don't know. Like,
she could be. I did not recognize her. But either way.
Listen,
so go ahead.
My note there, this is actually the first note I made in the movie, because everything up until then I was just kind of watching, letting see what's going on. But my note is, this may be one of the best character intros ever, because it was just amazing. Just everything you just laid out, and just the way, just that pace that she walked with and how she showed up. It was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah, I did like it. Meryl Streep as Miranda absolutely owned this role. For me anyway, I actually can't picture, I mean, there's a lot of excellent actresses out there along the list of, Meryl Streep or whatever, but for me, I can't picture anyone else playing Miranda Priestly.
I think there's one.
Oh, who do you got? Oh, this is a good question.
But the other person who they actually considered for the role was Glenn Close.
Mm.
And while I was watching it, I had a like, ooh, this is giving
Mm.
a little like Cruella vibes. And then when I saw that Glenn
Mm-hmm.
Close was actually considered for the role, I was like, I could see Glenn Close doing this. I could,
Glenn
and doing
Close
a
I could
great
give
job.
for sure. For sure,
Yeah.
for sure, for sure. All right. So, I mean, yeah, Miranda is killing it again, making the entire room just quiet down just to hear you breathe or purse your lips, and like the entire world just upside down is just insane. The moment that really kills me is okay, so we talk about I already kind of hinted at it when we talked when they were talking about the cerulean and how Andy thought that her choices at the bottom barrel sweater that she bought was like kind of her choice, and Miranda reads her for
Oh
filth there. But
man, it's
did
cerulean.
you notice like when they hold up the two belts and they're like, oh my god, these are so different, and Andy laughs, the way Miranda whipped her fucking head around, I thought she was gonna break her shit. Like, listen, if that was me, I was just slowly backing out of the room and I was leaving. Like, I'm not
Listen,
staying there for this.
I, Andy, right? I understand not being like this fashionista, right? But at least have some goddamn attention to detail. Like the belt buckles were clearly different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they
And
were.
the fact that she didn't even pick that up, let's just. I feel like they were going a little too far to make, because we know she's not stupid, she's not vapid. So for them to be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, they look the same to me," I was like, "No, they don't." Like, what do you? Mind you, right? I do have a note here. I thought that outfit was terrible. Like
I did not. I liked the outfit.
the
I
dress
liked
with the belt with the blazer.
no, the blazer was trash. I don't know what the fuck the blazer was
Oh,
doing,
okay.
but
I thought, and then
I
she
liked
had
the
a
dress. And then the hat, I was like, what the fuck is
yeah.
that? The
Okay,
fucking
all right.
yellow
I meant
hat.
that whole completed thing. I was like, oh, this is
No,
way too
no,
much.
no, 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 no,
Okay,
no, no, no,
okay.
no. It was like way too much. I'm trying to be different, but that's just me. We
Yeah,
like to
yeah,
match.
yeah.
But I did like the contrast of the red with the cerulean or the
Sure.
blue belt. I did like that, but the rest with the fucking like
It's
orange,
it
red
went too far. Yeah.
jacket and then the yellow hat was just like, okay, you're just picking up shit at this point. But whatever. I'm not that person. Um but yeah, but Miranda is captivating, but also a terrible boss. Like this is like we already hinted. This is like one of the most toxic work environments I've ever seen in a movie. They're shouting instructions at like a million miles a minute. There's no clear expectation. There's no room for mistakes. There's no
Nope.
ability to ask questions, and then there's
Nope.
constant pressure with
Yep.
zero guidance. I mean, Emily is over here trying to fit into a size zero for the longest while. She pretty
Oh
much
my
doesn't
gosh.
eat until she's about to pass out, and then she eats a cube of cheese. I'm like, oh, anorexia a little? Like, okay, I guess that's
Yeah.
cool. I was
Listen.
like, yeah.
The when Miranda came in and started just barking orders, not barking, but start giving orders to Emily, I'm like, I said, does she have a tape recorder? And I'm like, how does she not have a tape recorder on her at all times, knowing that you work for this woman and she's just gonna give you a string of instructions and information, and you're just supposed to remember that? Oh my god, that shit. There was times I was feeling overwhelmed. I was like, damn, I could not. Like, I feel like I work decently under pressure. Nah, man, like that environment would have cooked me. Like I do not think I would survive that. That is way too much.
That's way there. I was, sir. Like I wouldn't have made it the first day. I'm gonna be very
Yeah,
honest. Like
yeah.
that's way too much information, way too fast, and then like, especially if you're not coming from that world, like she wasn't. Like you have no idea who these are. Who the fuck is the Marchier? Like who is that? And she keeps shouting
But
about you have him. Like who the
okay,
fuck is that?
but later when she was on the phone and she's like, "Can you spell Gabbana?" Like that's too much.
Yeah,
Like I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
dude,
yeah,
everybody knows
yeah,
those are Gabbana, man. Like so, that's
yeah.
where Andy's like level of ignorance, it was a little too uneven, because most of the time I'm like, yeah, I'm with you, girl. I don't know what this stuff is, but then there's like basic shit where it's like the belt buckle or what's how do you spell Gabbana. I'm like, can you stop? Like you already made it clear that you're not part of this world, but like you don't have to be like borderline an idiot in the world. You know, like that's that. I thought it was a
For
little
real.
bit too much.
Yeah, they were definitely playing it too much there. And it did kind of take away from the movie, but it wasn't too bad. But yeah, yeah, I don't know why they did that, because in the other scenes they made it very obvious she was smart. Like she had the
Very
credentials.
intelligent.
They made her what I think she got accepted to Stanford Law. So obviously she's not an ass. She's not an asshat. Like she knows what like basic shit, and there's like basic things you need to pick up on very quickly. And she was just like struggling, and it was just like, I don't know what I'm doing, and it was just like, come on, bro, like. Yeah, that thing though with like, yeah, I would constantly like as soon as she walked through the door, click record because
100%.
I can't do shit with this. Or you're just cranking out notes and shorthanding it like you pretty much just have a book and a
like
pen in your hand like constantly.
Yeah.
Like because there's no way to process that kind of information that quickly and not fuck it up. Like
100%. Couple times when Andy had to get like coffee, I was like, dude, there's no way this coffee order is correct. Yeah,
that fucking order would have been water if it was me. Because listen, I don't know what the fuck you just said to me.
Dude, just unrealistic expectations being set. But can we talk about maybe my favorite, just Emily Blunt crushed her role. Like she didn't have, and I felt like, because later on in the movie we saw less of her, I guess because she was laid up in a hospital. Well, obviously she didn't go to Paris, so we wouldn't have seen her. But Emily Blunt was amazing. Like everything she said was just so funny, and like that's like she helped make Anne Hathaway's job so easy. Not in a movie because she made Andy's job a nightmare, but just what Emily Blunt was giving us on screen, and just her little one-offs, her little quick comments and everything. Oh my god, she was cracking me up. I thought she was great.
There's that scene when Emily, I'm sorry, well, for those who haven't seen it, because Miranda, I guess, can't be bothered to learn the new girl's name, she just calls Emily. She calls Andy Emily, but there's also an Emily there. So you're kind of like, who the fuck is she talking to half the time? But okay, whatever. So there's a point where Andy fucks up badly, and she's trying to make it up, and she tells Emily, the real Emily, "Wish me luck," and Emily Blunt's like, "Nope, shan't," and I kept typing. I was like. I fucking rolled. She did not give a shit.
Listen, even when that first, because Miranda's character was very funny too, just in a different way. But when she was like, Emily. So in my mind, I'm like, oh shit, she doesn't know that Emily went upstairs to go handle the thing. I didn't know she was talking to Andy. So like Andy's like, I'm like, what the fuck? So she like walks over and she's like, oh hey Emily. I said, oh fuck, she talking to her?
Oh man!
Oh my god! Hey,
Nigel's in there. He's like, she's talking to you. She's like, oh
yeah. Hey, Tucci was great. Like he was probably the least toxic of them all, but he was not, always the most helpful. But he was more helpful to Andy than Emily was for sure. But when Andy first walked in that room, right, and Miranda dressed her down with her fucking eyes. And hit her with the first, that is all, or whatever.
Ooh, that's all? Oof. Oof. You could feel that sizzle through the fucking screen, big dog. I'm telling you. God. I would have quit. I cannot come back after this.
Head to toe. Just looked at her.
That's all. Oh my God. Bro, Stanley Tucci tried to help her. Okay? Freaking Nigel, who's his name, tried to help her. He's like, hey, I guessed you're a 9 or 9.5, whatever. Tried to give her shoes. She's like, I don't need. She said, actually, this shit made me laugh. Andy says, oh, Miranda knows what I look like. I don't need to change. Nigel's like, do you? And fucking walked away. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. Oh my God.
Oh, I mean, I'll give Andy credit. Her self-esteem is incredibly high. Okay.
Yeah, I was.
It had to be to survive that first day because they were destroying her left and right.
Yeah. I almost feel like it's one of those where like you don't realize how bad it is because I guess you're not part of the world. So like you're kind of like, oh, whatever. But
listen. Remember when she went to her friends and said, hey, I got this job or whatever, and her boyfriend was like, was it a phone interview? Her fucking friends know she's a slob. Like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That was pretty fucked up. That was kind of the intro of me not liking fucking whatever the boyfriend's name is.
Yeah,
What
well,
his
you
name
know
is?
what? And I didn't. Nathan.
Nate. Yeah, Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When that line got delivered, I didn't think I realized that was her boyfriend at the time, or I didn't realize he said it. And then it shifted to a one-on-one scene with them. I was like, wait, wasn't he the motherfucker that just said to her about
You look
it
like
being a
shit.
fort? I was like, yo, that is tough. That is tough work, man. I mean, I guess it
Yeah.
was all in fun and games, but ugh, that was rough. Brutal stuff.
Yeah, I want to circle back to Nigel again,
Yeah.
and Emily Blunt. I'm gonna give them their credit because again, without them, if it was just like Meryl Streep and Anne Hathaway, not that Anne Hathaway can't hold her own, especially nowadays, but like, yeah,
She
it would
couldn't then.
not
She would have
have.
got eaten alive.
It would have
Yeah.
got eaten alive, and
It would have
it would
just
have
been it would
a
have just been the Meryl
massacre.
Streep show. Sorry, the Meryl Streep show, and
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway would have been hanging on for dear life, 100%.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I think Nigel does a great job of a balance. 1 minute he's kind of like, who's this sad little person? And the woman is like literally standing there. And the next minute, he's like helping her out. She goes to him after the final like breakdown of her character, when she finally starts feeling it, starts crying a little bit, and
Yeah.
she's asking for like, why can't I be recognized? I'm doing a good job. I'm breaking myself down. And he is like, are
Oh, yeah.
you?
This is a
Because
good
you're
speech.
like, this is a great speech.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I didn't do word for word. Do you
No,
have a
yeah,
word for
yeah.
word or?
No, I don't
You have a
know,
word
but
for-
go ahead. I don't have.
Oh,
this
okay.
word,
All right, cool. So I don't have word for word, but yeah, he like breaks her down of like, you think just because you showed up, you just supposed to get his gold star, but like there's all this art here and all this history here and all these key people in the world in life that have walked these hallways, and you don't even care. You haven't bothered to learn it, and you
Yeah.
just want a gold star because you showed up and did one thing right. You want her to kiss your forehead and tell you did a good job, but you're not even putting the work in to actually envelop the role and the opportunity that you were given. That
Yeah.
they've repeatedly said 1 million girls would kill for this role, and you're just like spitting at it because you're not getting the credit that you want. And she's crying and she's breaking it down, but he's just like, yo, you don't deserve it. Like, this
Yeah.
place is a beacon of hope for the
So
young.
many people.
He even, I think he referenced himself there where he said he's the young kid who's pretending to watch foot or soccer or football or whatever the hell, but he's actually reading Runway and imagining his life and stuff like that. So yeah, he had to calm her down because she truly wasn't doing that. She truly
She
was not buying in
wasn't.
at
So,
all.
and I can give you the beginning and the end of that, right? But because he said to her, he said, Andy, be serious. You are not trying. He said, you are whining. And he said, what do you want me to say to you? Poor you, Miranda's picking on you. Poor you, poor Andy. And he said, wake up. And like, literally, that was his whole message. Wake up. You're not even trying. And
Yeah.
that was kind of jarring for me in the movie because I was like, wait, this mascot was not trying? And she's here complaining because she all of a sudden got good at her job. Just
Right.
because she started to try, And so that was a little off-putting for her character, where it was like, come on, man. Like you bought, yes, Miranda is rough. So this is not to say that Miranda is easy. Like, she's still a very toxic
for sure.
boss, toxic work environment. But you came, as you said, day one, not even knowing who the hell she is and not knowing what really happens there at your job. Like, come
For
on,
sure.
man. That's an unserious person. So from
Yeah.
the time she got serious, it was like, all right, cool. Let's now she's starting to cook, But yeah, that was a hell of a speech. Nigel, Tucci nailed it with that one for sure.
Convinces Nigel to give her a makeover. Not only the clothes, is she paying for this clothes? Like, does she have to give it back?
Oh
like,
my
what's
god!
happening there?
So that was
I was
one
like-
of my one of my questions. I was watching her recently. I was like, is she taking his clothes home, like, from the office? Like, can she do that? Like, what is?
Is he like undressing back into her like frumpy clothes? And
I know, like, does she
I'm
come?
like, what is she doing?
Yeah. It was weird. I wasn't sure what was going on either.
I don't know.
Yeah. I had the same question that you did.
But either way, she convinces Nigel to give her a makeover, which he does. He's able to find some size sixes mysteriously in there, even though he says the closet is only 2 and 4. So I was like, well,
No,
where the sixes come from?
I think there were fours that she was squeezing into. I think that's what it was.
Once she transitions or whatever, the whole makeover sequence, with Pose playing in the background, which Pose is, iconic by itself by Madonna as well. I thought it was a perfect little background music of
that was a nice scene. I like that.
montage
I actually went
there.
back. I went back and counted her outfits because when she showed up to work, Miranda was like, who are you? Like, what happened? I'm like, she
Right.
just wore 7 different outfits. So have you not seen her all week or what?
Yeah, I assume that Miranda was maybe out of town or whatever or something,
Had
and
to have
like
been,
this is
yeah,
her
had to have
first
been.
day back or whatever.
Okay.
And
That works.
and
I'll accept that explanation.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Yeah.
like, what do you mean?
She didn't
This is
expect
her
that.
7th one. Yeah. And I knew
Yeah.
the first outfit was like at the end of the day Miranda already left. But the other 6 that we saw throughout that montage, I'm like, what? She didn't see this?
Yeah. Do you think that you could work in this environment? Not just the 9 to 5 typically. This is like a 24-hour on-call lifestyle where
Yeah.
you're working from like 6 a.m. to midnight. You're getting calls like literally during hurricanes for her to get her boss where she needs to be.
Yeah.
You got 15 minutes for lunch, which again, I'm pretty sure that
That's a
violates some
violation.
labor
100%.
laws, but
100%. Yeah.
the tasks don't even make sense. Like another thing that I didn't
Um,
understand is go ahead. Now I'll let you answer and then I'll keep
No,
going.
I was going to answer your question. Yeah. No, so the answer is right now, absolutely not. Like, I have a fucking family. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
I can't do that.
Yeah.
In my
Yeah.
20s, so in my 20s, in the window of time where I'm not in college, and let's say like I'm single or I don't care about my girlfriend or something, maybe
Damn.
I could try
The option.
because if you care about your personal life, like you can't do this job. That's the fact, you know. So
Yeah.
so let's say that's the window of time I'm looking at in my life. I don't. I don't. I would have to have a passion for that industry, like how
Fashion, yeah.
Nigel was about it. If I had a passion for fashion, wow, gross. Did not mean to rhyme, but
Fashion for fashion.
I know. Oh, episode title. Ooh, no, don't do that.
There you go.
Yeah, so if I was really about it, then I could see myself sucking it up and being like, oh, this is what I got to do. I'm next to this great person, and like the opportunities, I can see the vision. I can see myself figuring out how to adapt in that
Yeah.
environment. But like I said, the parameters have to be I don't have any kids. My social life is kind of and I'm really into fashion. If I was Andy, no. I don't know how she did that job or why she did that job. Because she didn't
Yeah.
care. And wish she has a law degree and she wanted to do journalism. Which her dad was like, okay, you graduated from law school and then you left that profession to go journalism. You're not even doing that right now. So that's what didn't make sense. Whereas like we got a little more fleshing out of her character with her dad, and that kind of hurt because her motivations just don't make sense. We never learn what Andy's motivations are. I have no idea why an individual like Andy would do that job. That's the
Well,
most
they
unrealistic thing in the
did try to explain it, right? They did say that, if she survives 1 year, then she'll have the pick of the litter in that industry as far as writing, apparently. Because that industry not only encompass fashion, but there's writers, there's magazines, there's New York newspapers,
Okay.
there's, all these
Didn't they
things
say
happening.
that? They said that at the beginning of the movie, right?
Well, she said it. They said it in the beginning of the movie as when she was trying to explain to her friends, and then again when her father was like, "Why are you doing this job? This makes
Yeah.
us we were worried about you." So
In my mind, though, she said that believing that at some point in time she was actually going to start writing for the magazine. She never.
oh no, I didn't think
No?
that. I thought that
she
she
wanted
was
to
just
write
doing.
because she said it was either here or somewhere else. Because I don't know. I'm watching her as she wants to be a journalist. She wants to be in journalism. She wants to write articles.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm viewing her go through this movie, which is why I say it doesn't make sense to me because this is
Yeah.
not a path to get to that. It really isn't. Yeah, she can make connections and stuff, but after surviving this year, you've written nothing. You have all these connections. You have no work to show that you actually can write a good story. So how does this experience really help her?
Yeah, I think, but she did have work though, because remember when I don't know the random dude's name, the random who's been hitting on her the whole time.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
he
yeah.
said that she sent over like a
True.
packet full of stuff, so she
That
does
is
have
true.
stuff she's written and stuff
That
like
is
that.
true.
Like this isn't like her first job. It's
Okay,
just
okay, okay,
she
okay,
just
okay.
feels like
So
this is like a gateway to give like
it's a
whatever she wants.
huge,
This is
it's a huge
yeah.
networking opportunity essentially. Then.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
yeah.
I'm back. I
That
understand.
now, if
I
I
follow.
do this and I survive and I do a good enough job that I could say I work with Miranda Priestly for shit, what the magazine name is?
Runway, runway.
Runway, thank you. I almost
Yeah.
said Vogue. I was like, it's not Vogue. I work for Miranda Priestly for Runway and I survived. And just hearing that, she should have the pick of the litter of whatever she wanted to do next. So it's
Got
like
you.
a year of shitty to then do whatever she wanted to next is apparently like
Okay.
what's supposed to happen.
Okay.
So
That's some
to
strong
my own,
determination then.
yeah.
Yeah.
She still wasn't prepared at all, but yeah, sure.
No, yeah.
To my own question, I think I also could have been all right. I think I would have done all right there. I'm not a fashion person either, but with that mindset of I have to suck it up for a year, I have to give my
Yeah.
all to this job for a year, and then I could have the pick of the litter like next. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could do it.
Yeah.
Not now. My memory is shit now. But in my 20s, oh yeah, I used to be able to process information like crazy. So I'd have been fine to like just hear it and be like, all right, cool. But
Yeah.
now I'd be like, first of all, what'd you say? I mean, I'm not fucking asking her who to spell fucking Gabbana, but yeah.
Yeah.
We talk about this book. There's a book of, I guess, the drawings and mock-ups of the monthly um magazine that was coming out that either Emily or Andy has to deliver to Miranda's house. There's very, very, very strict rules that Emily tells Andy, and Andy immediately says, "Fuck you, I got it." I don't know why. So the rules were, don't talk to anyone. The rules were, put her dry cleaner up in the closet, and then put the book on the first floor desk with the flowers. Now, given there were plenty of desks with flowers, but
Common
immediately
sense.
common sense is probably the one that's close to the door. But fine, whatever. So immediately she does put the no, she goes in, walks in, doesn't know what to do. The twins are some reason there. Miranda has twins there, and they start talking to her. And Emily decides to talk back. First mistake. But they do help her, so I guess she feels like she gains their trust. I don't know, whatever.
They did.
She puts the stuff.
They set her up. They tried to gain her trust so they could fuck her in the end.
They immediately set her up. They're like, hey, give us the book. Emily does it all the time. I was like, first of all, I'm not listening to you little 10-year-old fucking demon children. Like, get away from me.
I know. I was like, are you serious? I was like, you really gonna get outsmarted by two kids? Oh my gosh.
She
She
did.
did a lot of stupid shit in this movie.
Oof, again, I wasn't showing up after this. Like, I was just gonna not. I'm not coming back. I don't understand how she kept coming back. I was not coming back after this.
You have to just.
The
I don't know.
opera,
You just
I was out.
Hey,
I was quitting.
her resting the book down on the top of the stairs was hilarious, though.
That was fucking hilarious. This is the impossible task and tests. Miranda's pissed off, but she doesn't scream. She doesn't yell. She's still very quiet. Still very like matter of fact. But she then it's the next day. Andy's fucked up. She didn't follow directions.
Yep.
And the impossible task begins. So we start out with Miranda asking for a steak. A steak from a restaurant that's not open, but she wants the steak in 15 minutes. But okay, we're gonna eat that the steak is perfectly cooked and fine. It looked great. It looked delicious. I wanted to eat it. I'm gonna be honest. The next task. Yes. Damn, you gave it away. Yes.
Oh, sorry.
So
let's cut that out.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
You can cut it out easily.
No, I'm not doing it.
You said next class, and then I spoke. You just cut it out.
No. Omari steals my thunder. It's fine. No big deal. We're gonna leave this in so everybody knows who you really are. So fucking Miranda, as soon as she brings the steak, she immediately says, "What the fuck is this? I'm having lunch outside with blah 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 blah." I was like, man, she had deserved to be stabbed. I'm gonna be honest. I don't. That shit was fucked up. But okay, cool.
Oh,
She's
God.
trying to rattle her because she's pissed off. So okay, cool. We're in this
Yeah.
scene. The next task is the twins are
Mhm.
on their way to grandma's house via train. I don't know, whatever. And the twins want the new Harry Potter book. So Andy says, "Oh, okay.
Sure.
I'll go to Barnes and Noble. I'll get you the book." Brandon says, did you fall and hit your little head? They already have the new book. They want the one that's unpublished." And fucking full stop. Is she truly asking her assistant, who has
Yep.
no connection in this world,
None
to
whatsoever.
find the Harry Potter unpublished manuscript for her in 4 hours? Let's say that in 4 hours. The train
Yep.
it's 12 o'clock. This lunchtime ish. The train takes over at 4. She has 4 hours to do this. Like, what the fuck is this? Except for a setup. This was nothing but a setup. She wanted her to fail, so she had a justification to fire her and be like, "Oh, you're trash."
Yep.
Do you think that this task is doable?
No, of course not. Of course not.
Somehow she pulls it off. And Miranda now sees her as number one, especially since freaking Emily, like,
Started
not only
blowing it.
that, Emily is starting to blow it a little bit. She gets sick and then walks into the office sick as a dog, like sneezing everywhere. I'm like, how did the whole
In like a
fucking
boardroom meeting. Like, what the
yeah,
fuck?
it was gross. It was
Oh,
gross. I was like, how did not everybody get sick after that? Because that was way
yeah.
too close and everybody just coughing. But
Yeah.
okay, I guess everybody has
I
superhuman.
kind of thought Miranda was gonna get sick and be just fucking burn the place down and be so mad and like fire Emily because she had coughed right by her ear. It was crazy.
Yeah. I was like, damn. And then hands her like papers. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is she
Yeah.
doing that?
So that I don't think they. Let me ask you: do you feel like they handled that fall from grace from Emily well and Andy's ascension?
No, it happened way too fast.
It's
It
too
was
sudden.
like it was way too fast. It didn't make no
And
sense because Emily put in time and work. Like
correct.
she's done the work. She's done the long hours. She's
And
done it all, and it just took like one She forgot one name, and then she was sick, and they were like, "Okay, well, you done." I was like, "What the fuck?"
not only that, we
Okay.
saw her running late and stuff. Like Emily started making mistakes. Like she wasn't making those mistakes before. So like they had
Yeah.
need to give us like maybe she had something stressful happening at home because it was like it was out of character for Emily to be making these mistakes where she's forgetting names, running late, coming in there coughing up a storm and all that stuff. Like it's just
Yeah.
it was just out of character just so that they could prop Andy up to like, oh, we gotta get Andy to Paris. So how do we
Yeah.
do that, you know? And then
Yep.
they end
Yep.
up
Yep.
sidelining one of the best characters of the movie. So I
They
didn't really
did.
care for that.
She get hit by a fucking car. Okay, so if you haven't figured it out, Emily loses her spot. Annie takes it over. Omari, are you taking Emily's spot for Paris?
No.
Absolutely, absolutely. I like it.
Yeah. No.
I also am not taking Emily's spot for Paris. I mean, that's not my like. Okay, I want to do a good job, yes, but
Yes.
that isn't my passion the way it is for Emily, and it'd
It
be like a
isn't.
waste of it'd be a waste for me to have that spot. Like, no. So I'm not taking it. And if she wants to like fire me after that, like whatever.
And
Okay.
again, I do not really care for her boyfriend, but we are led to believe that she cares about her boyfriend. So to even like just take that too without even having a conversation with him, it was just I don't know. I don't know what they were I don't know what they were trying to do here. That was weird. Yeah, that would have been an easy no. And they did show her flirt with the idea of saying, "Oh, I can't, but I can't." And Miranda's like, "Okay," and he's like, "I guess I will," you know. But it's just like, dude, no, just don't go. You don't want to go anyway, you know. So
Yeah, you don't really want
yeah,
to go. It's not your thing. You were prepping to not go.
yeah.
At the time, even though Emily was fucking up a little bit, she was still, able to go. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately, Miranda forces or tells Andy that she needs to tell Emily that she can't go. Emily decides to call her while she's running late with some
Why?
skirts or scarves or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then Emily gets hit by a car. Like she gets
Why'd they
fucked
do
up.
that? Why'd they do that?
Hit her with a car?
Yeah.
Oh, because
She couldn't have gone to Paris anyway because she got hit by the car. So
yeah,
why introduce that? I just thought that was, I didn't like that. First, I had a note saying that I actually thought that Andy would be the one to get hit by a car like early on because she was struggling
shit.
crossing the streets and stuff. But
yeah,
to see Emily actually get hit by a car, and I'm like, well, this kind of takes the sting out of the whole, well, I'm going to Paris and not you, because she broke her damn leg. She got hit hard. Like, she couldn't have gone to
Yeah.
Paris even if she was still crushing it at work. So,
yeah,
I don't know. It kind of let Andy off a little easier, where it's like, well, I guess I might as well go. You can't go. It kind of became that, I feel.
yeah, exactly. I mean, to be honest, I if I had decided that I was gonna go if I was gonna take her spot, and then she got hit by a car, I wouldn't have told her. Like, I'd be like,
No,
yeah, I mean, you can't go anyway. I was just gonna tell her.
Same.
There was no point for me to do that.
Yeah. That's, yeah. So that was
I
weird.
don't know.
I didn't care
It
for
was
those
kind of weird.
decisions.
I don't know why she got hit by the car. I mean, yeah, yeah.
It's a
I
weird
really don't know.
decision.
It's
It's a weird
unnecessary
decision.
because she was already not going. So whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So let's talk about the friendship. We kind of hinted at it.
Oh, yes.
Andy's
please.
friends. I don't like how they handle her situation at all.
Ugh.
She's clearly working a very demanding job, trying to keep up with something that's completely new. And instead of supporting her, there's this one scene where Miranda calls her and they play keep away with her phone and they're laughing and joking.
My God.
And I'm
What
like,
was that?
what the fuck? Yeah, like how old are you guys? Like, what the fuck? Like, it's not like this is like the first day and you're like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Like, the pressure she's under, how hard she's working, and they're just like, it's so funny. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand that. What was that?
I was so lost, and I'm like, dude, these people are so childish. And so I have one more positive thing to say about Nate before I started drag him. We skipped it earlier, but when Nate and her were in the kitchen, he made her the grilled cheese, which I don't know how old they're supposed to be, but anyway, he made her a grilled cheese for like breakfast or something or lunch or whatever, and she's like, I don't even want it, and he was like, there's $8 of Jarlsberg in that sandwich.
He's like,
That
give me
shit
that
laid
shit.
me out, right? But part of that, right, is he's complaining about like the finances and stuff, but then he's like keep urging her to quit her fucking job, and I'm like, dude, you cannot afford that apartment in New York City. You can't by yourself. So it's like you want her to just quit so that you, and he didn't have like some high paying job. He was kind of an artist too. He was a cook or something, right?
Yeah, I think he's like a line chef or
A line chef, right?
cook,
So
a line cook or something. Yeah.
and he hadn't hit it big either. So it's like, yo, like, dude, like, he was so unsupportive, right? And I do not feel like the movie did a good job of, because the friends are treating her like, oh my gosh, who are you? I don't recognize you. You're this whole different person. I'm like, she's the same fucking person. She's just combing her hair now and dressing nicer. No, I'm so serious. They had needed to show us Andy acting like a bitch towards them or something. And she wasn't doing that. Even when she got stuck at work and she was legitimately stuck. And then when she was leaving, a homeboy tried to like flirt with her and tell her, nah, come and stay. She was like, I really have to go. And she still missed her birthday, yes. But what we are seeing as an audience is that Andy is still committed to her relationship and trying to juggle the new job and her friendships and her relationship. And they're just treating her like shit. So
Immediately.
I'm like, who am I supposed to hate here? Because it's not Andy. Even all the flaws and stuff we talked about, we picked on and stuff. Like, Andy's not like this greatly unlikable person where she's just out here being terrible. And like, these fucking friends are the goddamn worst. Lily saw some dude kiss her on the cheek, and this bitch went immediately judgmental on her, like, oh, I can't believe this, and who are you, and what are you, and all this stuff. Hey, you the same mother scut that just took that fucking free bag from her a few weeks ago saying how great this was. So it's like, they pick a lane, people. That turned me off. So I had to pause it. I just paused it because I was like, what movie am I in right now? Like, something went wrong there. I don't know. I didn't like any of that.
I didn't like it either. I absolutely, like, they were too old. I mean, they're not old. They're in their 20s or whatever, but they were still too old for, like, what was happening. Like, Nate, she missed his birthday, but I'm like, how old are you? Like, relax. Like,
Dude.
like you have the job. Like, come on, bro. Like, she showed up. She showed up with a nice little cupcake and a sorry and blah blah. And
Yeah.
I'd have been like, oh, I mean, hey, that sucks, but I get it. I get it. And maybe we could
Oh my
celebrate in the
god.
weekend or whatever, whatever. Like, come on, bro. Like,
And
they were
I
just
think
completely unsupportive.
he waited up for her, and then when she get home, I'm going to bed. It's like, motherfucker, go to
That was
fucking sleep.
stupid. That was
Why were you
stupid.
up?
That was
Why were
stupid.
you up?
That was
Just
stupid.
fuck up her
Pissed me off.
energy. Like,
Pissed me
come
off.
on, dude. Oh my god. Listen, right? I feel like here's my last thing on this, right? I feel like everybody wants her to stand up to Miranda. Like, because even like with Emily, Emily did get mad with her. Rightfully so. I understand why Emily got mad for her taking the job and stuff. But like, Emily,
Yeah.
her friends, everybody wants her to stand up to Miranda when literally no one else around her does that. So I'm like,
Right.
so why should I, as a viewer, feel that, well, Andy should be better than everyone else and she should be this righteous person and she should be the one to put her foot down with no. Like, I don't feel that she should. I feel like she's just trying to get by and she's doing it at varying levels of success. Sometimes she's blowing it, sometimes she's doing good. But the movie is like treating it like Andy is supposed to be the fucking chosen one or something and be the
Yeah.
one to like soften Miranda up or stand up to her. And the movie did no work to make me feel or think that about her. But all the other characters felt that way about her. So I don't know. I that didn't work for me at all.
Yeah. Definitely a huge dip or dink on the whole situation.
Yeah.
Um. Also, yeah. So, yeah, I wish she had better friends and a better boyfriend. I don't want to say better, but like more supportive because look, I agree. She did not change who she was, except she combed her hair. But
Yeah.
she still was still actively herself. She still was quiet. She still was sharing things, and
Cracking
yeah,
jokes with them.
cracking
Yeah.
jokes. And when she's there, she's very when she's there and not on the phone, she is participating and stuff like that. And yeah, they all turned on her almost immediately because essentially she wasn't as available and doing the things exactly the way she used to. And it's just like, yeah,
Yeah.
she's becoming an adult. She's growing up. Like that's how life is a little, especially in the beginning of your career. Like
Yeah.
it's shitty. That's how it is, and you
Yep.
just move on. But yeah, they suck. Um, so we have the whole drama in. So now she's in Paris. I guess she's kind of broken up, kind of not. I don't really know what's happening, but fine. She's in Paris. Um, there's kind of she dude who's been harassing her the whole time, whose name I don't know. He finally gets her. I guess he finally gets her.
Listen.
Gets her into bed, and while she's there, she stumbles upon some kind of draft of a plan in which they plan to uh out Miranda from Runway, replace her with her enemy, frenemy, whatever you want to call her, Jacqueline. And that's my French for the day, folks. Replace her with her frenemy Jacqueline, who's apparently younger and cheaper, and does the same thing. Andy is distraught of like, how could you do this? Secretly, Stanley Tucci is celebrating because he thinks he's about to get a. They jammed this like final act together in such a crazy way.
Okay. So you sound like you're lost too. I got lost.
Yeah.
We did skip over the little date thing that they went on, right? Because
Who? Andy and the dude.
The dude, yeah.
Yeah.
He started giving off like real rapey vibes, and I was just like, this dude. Like the whole, it was funny because I didn't like her boyfriend, but I was like, I don't like this dude either, because,
Oh no, he was trash too. I don't know why she slept with him.
I was like, is this movie like trying to make me feel like this is the dude? Because I don't think this is a leave this guy for that guy situation. I'm like, F both these guys.
No,
but
no.
And then this guy's, I don't know, he's like really persistent. And I struggle with saying persistent,
Very persistent.
because that's not like, that indicates an endearing quality. It's rapey, okay? And like she tells him no like 3 fucking times. And I'm just like, well, there you go, fellas. 3 no's equal a yes. Because they end up having sex after she's like, nah, no, I'm drunk. Okay, fine. I was like, God damn, like this movie, that was so very 2000s of that movie to do that. I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
And then they stumble on that thing that you said. But that whole storyline, because we had such a heartwarming scene with Nigel and Andy where he came, he was celebrating, and we saw this joy in him, and he was just so excited to get this job. And then he didn't get it. But then I feel like the movie didn't care that he didn't get it.
No, they didn't.
So I really want to hear your takes on how this movie ended, because it lost me. And I was having fun, but it lost me at the very ending.
Yeah, it's like they wanted to reward Nigel, and then they took it away because rewarding Nigel meant that Miranda's out, and she's like, Miranda can't lose. Like, she's just, it didn't matter. Like, I even have the note here. Besides all of that happening, we also have Miranda is Miranda is also going through a divorce in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And the divorce storyline is, I honestly don't care. I didn't care about Miranda's personal life. She didn't give me anything that like humanized her where I felt bad. Like, oh my God, I now understand her because of her personal struggle, blah, blah, blah. Like, I really didn't care. Like, whatever.
She is who
like,
she is.
Okay. She is who she is.
This
like,
is who
whatever.
She is. This is not about her really, so
yeah, it didn't really. It was just like this added piece that it didn't add anything. It didn't take away from anything.
She didn't change. It
didn't change her at all.
Character growth. She was the same person at the end.
Exactly. Like she had like a millisecond of some vulnerability of like her ears a little red or whatever, and then immediately Annie's like, oh my god, you need me to cancel your day, just the day. Do you mean to cancel the day? She's like, for what? Are you crazy? Like, you need to do your job. Do your job is literally her statement. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess she doesn't care. So if you don't care, why the fuck do I care? Because I don't. So this ending, they just try to jam a lot into it. There's this takeover, there's this promotion, and then none of it happens. And Miranda is kind of just always in the background pulling the strings.
She's like fucking Sherlock Holmes all of a sudden or some bullshit. Like,
she's like, you think I didn't know? Yeah, you think I didn't know? I absolutely knew.
Yeah, this whole flashback montage. Oh yeah, with this conversation from this conversation, and I made this happen. I'm like, where the fuck is this element coming from in the movie all of a sudden? Like, it didn't make sense to me at all. At all.
Yeah. And
then like Andy is like broken up about the Nigel thing, and so am I. And I'm like, can we deal with that? And we just didn't deal with it. Even because she did, she whispered under her breath, like, I couldn't do that to Nigel. Well, no, she did acknowledge it. She said, well, you did it to Emily, right?
Yeah.
So all is still not the same, man, because like I believed that Nigel was the one person that she kind of liked, like Miranda. Miranda. Like I felt that she felt somewhat fondly towards Nigel, and she just stabbed him in the back and treated him like shit, and it didn't matter. So I'm like, okay, why are you giving us this moment of vulnerability on the couch with the divorce thing? And then immediately, because I was like, and then she said, do your job, right? So I'm like, okay, this is when Miranda, she's going to start to soften on her, and she's going to be like, she's hiding. Oh my God. She's becoming affectionate towards Andy, but she's going to hide it through her rough exterior stuff. She can't. No, she was the same fucking person, because what she did to Nigel was very callous and cold-blooded. And we didn't see her, even if they had give us an opportunity where like, we saw like a wistful look or like some type of regret in her eyes or something, even if she didn't say anything out loud, because Meryl Streep is capable of communicating that with her fucking facial acting. But it didn't give us that. It was just like, Miranda's like, it doesn't matter. I won.
He was another face in the room. Yeah. He was nobody in that time. Even Andy acts like, I think Nigel says, she'll pay me back, when the time comes. And Andy's like, are you sure? He's like, no, I'm not. And they're just like,
something. Yeah,
keep going on then. So, yeah, I felt more bad for Nigel losing out on it, because he's been with her for 16 years. He's constantly getting 18 years. He's constantly getting praise. Everybody else in the room is saying shit, and she's like, you're trash. And he says something, and she's like, oh, at least someone's showing up to work. So God, he deserved it, and it was fucked up for sure.
Ugh. So to add on top an already confusing like trek to the finish line, like we have now this reunion with Andy and her boyfriend. What'd you make of that interaction and that conversation?
I don't understand. What were they doing? I don't understand what they were doing.
He started off as like, because they meet and he's like, what? I have someplace to be. Like, fuck you, you know? And by the end of it, he's like, we could go to Boston together. I'm like, what the? I had to rewind the conversation because I'm like, what did
like, did I miss something?
But then after that, she was looking for jobs in New York. So did she go to Boston and work remote, or did she go and broke up and come? Like, what was that?
Waste of my time is what it
was.
Okay,
all right.
They were trying to close the loop because it was unclear if they had actually broken up, to me anyway. And I think they were just trying to close the loop of.
But that conversation was a perfect opportunity to do that. Be like, hey, listen, it didn't work out. You know, I'm acting like a little whiny bitch, but I still love you. But I do have an opportunity in Boston. I'm gonna go do that. I wish you well. And that was it. Just do that. But then he made this joke about like, oh, I can make you sandwiches in Boston or something. So that indicated.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have bread in Boston.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
Ooh, so you guys getting back together? I was like, okay, I guess. And then she was looking for jobs in New York, like in the very next scene. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
So Andy gets a job working for something. I don't know what that was, but some newspaper or whatever as a journalist. She gets a glowing review from Miranda Priestly, which says
that's right. He said it in a weird way.
Yeah, it was weird. She's my biggest regrets, but if you don't hire her, or biggest disappointment, but if you don't hire her, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
So I guess she gets hired based off of that. Man said, he said, I called your reference and a snooty woman answered, and then within seconds I got a fax from Miranda Priestly herself. I was like, from herself? Like, you mean her office just sent you a piece of paper? Like, what do you mean a fax directly from her? Like, what the fuck is that? Like, I understand a call. Like, what is a direct fax? What the fuck is that?
I don't, because I guarantee you Miranda's not working a fax machine. Like, let's be real.
Okay, I'm sure she did not type that shit. She did not go press it out. Like, she was like, oh, tell her blah, 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 and go about your business.
I was a little unclear, right, of Miranda's power and fear and reverence throughout them. It was a little uneven at times. Because there were certain times where it's like people are falling over themselves for Miranda. And then there's other times they're like, who? Or like, I don't care. Like, it's like some people didn't care. So it just, I guess, I don't know. Because even when she had called the rapey dude about helping with the manuscript, and he's like, just tell her you can't get it. I was like, what the fuck? That's Miranda. She can't just tell her that. But I'm like, that guy didn't move like, oh shit, you good luck. Like Miranda. He was just like, just tell her it can't be done. I'm like, why would you say that, dude? I thought everyone knows that Miranda, like, you don't F with Miranda. Like, she is it, you know? So I just feel like different times of the movie, it was a little unclear of, like, how much, like, power or, reverence she has in the world and the larger community.
Yeah, with that specific part of like tell her you can't get it, I think that the ass was just so large, like God himself couldn't do that typically, but she damn near had God like powers mysteriously.
I feel like his response would have been like, shit, like that's gonna be. I feel like his response would have been more like, that's tough. Like I don't know what you're gonna do, or just get ready to lose your job. Not just for him to be like directly tell her it can't be done. To me, that's an absurd thing to say to the stature that is Miranda. That's what I gotcha. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So yeah.
Well, Andy tries to redeem herself. She calls up Emily, tells her that she has a bunch of clothes from Paris that she can't fit. So Emily gets the clothes that she wanted, which is, I guess, the point of her going to Paris. Mysteriously, Andy's walking down the street, sees Miranda. Miranda gives her kind of a knowing look, but doesn't really acknowledge also. And Andy just kind of takes it as, it is what it is, and end scene. And that's the
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, it just ended. I was like,
It literally just ends. That's
hey,
the movie.
and you know what, man? I'm sorry, this movie was too fucking long.
It was kind of long. The
It was
middle
way too
dragged
long.
like fuck.
It
The middle,
did.
I have notes. I was like, after her glow up, it just dragged, and then
I
like it wasn't until the end in which they like jammed all this shit together. They didn't
oh
prep it
my
at all
god,
with
they
the
should have
Nigel
fleshed that stuff.
thing, with the Jacqueline taking over thing. There wasn't like secret meeting. There was nothing happening except it was
Even
happening in the background, but we didn't
even
know.
the Paris thing, which was referenced in the first act, even like the setup to get to Paris, I feel like wasn't done well. And then, like you said, it
Yeah,
was like we're in Paris and we have to do all this shit to end the movie. At an hour into the movie, like I looked and we had 50 minutes left to go, and I was like, what are we doing for another 50 minutes? Like, it just, at one point, I was like, I'm not even sure what the conflict of this movie is about to be. You know, like, something took me out of it for me to start wondering these questions. And I think it's just what you were saying, the middle it was soft and it started dragging. But
yeah,
I was just like, I was having fun, but at the same time, I was not looking forward to another hour of the movie. I was like, we can wrap this up. This is good. This is good acting. This is fun stuff. It's funny. But can you guys do a better job of guiding me to where I don't know where we're trying to go with this right now? Like, I know you were going to go to
yeah.
this Paris thing, but I didn't understand what the big conflict was. And then that whole, we're going to cut Miranda out of the magazine thing, it came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
And the fact that I didn't know that was coming from in the second act of the movie, I was like, all right, I got lost. My interest waned a little bit, you know?
for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. Let's get into ranking. Let's do it.
All right. For any newcomers, we rate our movies based on 5 categories: plot and writing, acting, casting, production, cinematography, music and sound, and cultural impact. Everything is rated on a scale of 1 to 10. Jill, what do you have for plot and writing?
So plot and writing, I definitely in the rewatch this does dies down for me.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to 2006 me when 16-year-old me. So I mean, it's not a complex movie. Girl gets job, girl struggles, girl adapts, she loses herself, realizes, and walk away. Like rinse repeat. You see that all the time.
Yeah,
The savior was really the cast itself versus the plot and the story.
agreed.
So I give that a 4.
Okay. I gave it a 5. Same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, the plot didn't do a whole lot, and we opined a lot on those issues.
Yeah.
Acting and casting, what do you have there?
Acting and casting definitely goes a lot stronger. We already beat it down. Like Meryl Streep, Stanley Tucci, Emily Blunt, in that order, and then you have Anne
Mm.
Hathaway. uh, but no, strong cast. I gave him I had a 9. I
Mhm.
think Anne Hathaway actually drags it down, so I'm gonna give it
Ooh.
8.
Okay.
Didn't
So
do anything. She was just there.
yeah, so she dragged it from. That's why it's not a 10 for me. So I have a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did penalize it a little bit because somehow I feel like we haven't talked enough about Meryl Streep, but we kind of don't have to. Like, everybody knows Meryl Streep is like, she's one of the goats of acting. She's amazing.
Yeah.
And she did great. I saw that she did method acting for this movie. Like, the only time she's done
Yeah,
that.
she was
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
She
yeah,
was. She
yeah,
was
yeah.
Miranda the whole time. They were like nobody could
Yeah.
talk to her,
Oh
which
my
is great.
gosh.
I don't know if this was necessary for this role. Like
I,
it didn't feel like that kind of role. But I mean, and she want to do what she want to do.
yeah, I mean, I think it was for her. Like, listen, right? When you look at like Meryl Streep, like her personality and stuff, it feels like this is so far away from who she is as a
Yeah,
person. She's
yeah.
so kind
Everybody
of
says she's
nice
always nice. Yeah.
and timid. Like, I've watched interviews with her. I saw her on did you watch Only Murders in the Building?
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, the fact that she even does that fucking show, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of great actors in it, but it's Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
And not only
Yeah.
did she do the show, she's been on it for like 2 seasons now, 2 or 3 seasons now. You know, she's committed to doing it. So
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't have as big a role as when she was like almost a murderer, but yeah, she's
correct.
Still,
but the fact that
she's
she keeps
married
coming
to one
back,
of them,
like
so yeah.
that, like she's doing she's kind of doing them guys a favor. She's having fun. And I'm like, you don't do that if you're not a nice person, because she's way above doing a Hulu streaming series, which is a very good show. Everyone should check it out.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay, yeah. So I have a 9 for that. Production, cinematography, and visuals. What do you have?
Production cinematography. I mean, I feel like it probably is more impactful for someone who's like deep into fashion, but for me,
Yeah,
it's a 5.
A 5?
Yeah.
Boy. I have it at a 7, but the 7 is because of what you said, where I'm like, I think people like this, like, because when you're talking like the different outfits, which I don't really care about, I guess, but I'm trying to score it a little more objectively and just be like what they did as far as, I don't know, man. It's just a bunch of clothes and shit. I'm gonna give it a 6. I don't know.
That's fair.
Like that wasn't like a bunch.
You can keep your 7. I'm not mad at it.
No, I know, but I was having a hard time even like justifying my 7, so that's why I took it down. Music and sound.
The soundtrack, outside of like the pose montage, there's nothing really happening much for me.
Yeah.
I don't know so I give it a 4.
Yeah. No, yeah. I was thinking about it because I'm like, oh shit, I didn't score it. I'm like, what am I doing for the music and sound? I'm like, I don't even remember like any music like in the thing. Like there was music, obviously, but
every time there's like a sad scene, there's a little violin type shit, and then the pose thing. But aside from that, like, get away from me. So
yeah. I'm gonna go to 3.
Yeah.
And then
okay.
I don't know. Yeah, it didn't really do anything for me. I cannot remember even that post song you're talking about. I remember that scene, and I don't remember it because of the music. I just remember it because of the montage, how they did the quick edit. I like the editing of that scene where switching the outfits and how they used the cars for blocking. So that's what stood out for me in that scene. And the music was cool, but it didn't really, so. And I can't remember any other musical moment. Cultural impact. What do you have there?
So cultural impact, a little higher. Even though I'm not in that world, it doesn't mean I can't be respectful of it. That's all. Everyone guard your loins. It's things that are quoted here still today. There's obviously a sequel coming up, and everyone's super excited, including myself. Even though it's a 20-year gap. I'm excited to see what they do with it. And Hathaway now is on her is I don't know what actually the storyline is. I've just seen like tidbits of I
watched the trailer right before we recorded because I was confused. I was like, how is there even a sequel for this?
I don't know what's happening exactly.
It seems like
she has her own thing.
I see like either she works for like some type of like PR firm or something, and I think it seems that like Miranda's being attacked like in the media or something.
Okay, I could do that.
Yeah, she's coming on to help with that. And it looks like Emily works for like a different competing agency or something. I don't know. Or magazine or something.
But in the trailer, like Miranda Priestly is like they keep saying, "Oh, this is Andy. Remember she works with you," and she's acting like she don't know who she is. And I'm like, does she have dementia? Like, I was fucking confused.
She does that. She's like, I don't know who is this. I saw that in the trailer too, and I'm like, But again, Miranda had 0 character growth in this movie, so I guess it'll play okay that this happened. That this is going to happen in the new one, but it did came a little off-putting for me that she's like, I don't know who this is.
Yeah, like a straight ass, I don't know who this is. I was like,
yeah.
Okay. That's kind of weird, but okay, whatever. Anyway, cultural impact, I give it an 8.
Okay. I give it a 9. It's a very, very popular movie.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a 9 too.
It's a very popular movie, man. People love this movie. I only watched it the one time, 2 times now, but I know The Devil Wears Prada, Like I'm aware of it in the cultural zeitgeist. And it's inescapable. So I'm gonna give it its props and give it a 9.
Yeah. So overall, Devil Wears Prada, not your most complex story. It does lose, it does drag in the middle, and then the ending was kind of jumbled. But the performances, the characters, the cultural impact carry it, right? It carry into like you
100%.
at least should watch it once, if not twice. I've watched it several times, but not from the
Hmm.
perspective of kind of being a little bit more critical. Just from the
Yeah, yeah,
enjoyment
yeah.
piece, it's there. And now we have the sequel coming. We'll see if they kind of recreate that same magic, if they fix
Yeah.
some of the toxicity they had, what exactly the PR part is doing, if that really is the story, I'm not sure, but
I don't
whatever
know.
it is, we'll see. You might have just made that up, but
Oh
take it
yeah,
away.
no, that was me guessing from
Oh,
watching
okay.
one
All
trailer
right.
just now. You know,
Oh, okay.
and so our final scores, just to have that on the record. You have a 6, and I have a 6.4.
Not you scoring Devil Wears Prada higher than me. Jesus Christ.
I
What am I
know.
doing?
I thought you were gonna be super high on it. You sound honestly. You sound more disappointed than anything.
I am disappointed. I am very
Yeah, yeah,
disappointed. Like I'm actually watching it to like not just enjoy it, and I'm like, what is this?
yeah, yeah.
Like if it
That's
was
tough.
anybody else with the same storyline, this should be
Mhm.
trash. Like it was like if it wasn't Meryl Streep, Stanley Tucci, Emily
A
Blunt, it
hundred.
should be
Yeah, I could see
trash.
it. Well, and I'm wondering too, because I did see. We didn't mention that this is a book. This was a book, right?
Yeah, it is a book,
And when
which I've
Frankel
never
got the
read.
first,
So,
you said what?
which I've never read.
Oh yeah,
So
hell no. But Frankel read the first script and he was like, no. Like he was like, so this is a script being punched up. Like he did some writing. They brought like 4 writers in to like kind of fix the script and stuff. So whatever
yeah.
the original version of this, Frankel was like, absolutely not. I'm not doing this movie. And this is a
Mm,
fixed version of it. And I mean, for all its
mm.
flaws, it has become a cultural icon. But cool. Oh yeah. So after this, we will be joining with the Relian Deli podcast again for some exciting new things. We will be doing a Mother's Day themed movie. Well, the movie is not Mother's Day themed. It's a movie about moms. Let me put it that way. And then we will be joining Relian Deli for TV moms ranking tier list. Is that what we're doing with them? And that will be
You know what?
found.
I,
Huh?
I, I don't know. I don't know what we're doing there. I'm gonna be honest.
That's what we're doing with them. I'm pretty sure. So you can find that on their feed coming next week. Yep, coming next week. You can find that on their feed in preparation for Mother's Day. You should have 2 Mother's Day episodes. So yeah, look out for that, everyone. All right, well, that will do it for our real talk and banter on The Devil Wears Prada. To connect with us, to give us some feedback, or just say hello, email us at realtalkbanter@gmail.com. That's REEL talkbanter@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.
That's all.
I thought you were going to go with the floral one, the floral quote. Oh, floral, that's original. Floral in the spring? No, you don't remember that one?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, okay. You watch me like.
I mean, it is springtime. Okay, fine. Oh, floral in the spring. That's original. Is that
All
better?
right. I guess. And we're off.